So the charter is the legal document establishing the university. It contains everything about the university, the governance structures, their vision and mission. Congratulations. Must have been a long wait. Congratulations. So that moves and will be given to the Vice Chancellor and will keep custody of that instrument. The next, the maize, and Your Excellency, that maize is quite interesting. If you look at it, you will see a number of things like two people, a man and a woman, suggesting commitment to gender equity. You will see some gear and levers suggesting technology. And you will also see a stethoscope, for example, showing their commitment to science and technology. And that moves to the Vice Chancellor, who will then take custody of that particular instrument. It's the same kind of symbolism. And this will be the means of identifying the university at a very short notice. You just look at it and you can see that commitment that we just talked about a little bit earlier. And that moves over from the sponsor to the chair of the council, chancellor designate, and the vice chancellor, and that will be kept by the university. Your Excellency, the next instrument, and the seal is going to be the one that the university will use to seal their documents to make sure that everything that comes out of the university is authentic. And they will be using the seal to do that, and has passed over all the way to the Vice Chancellor, who will then keep that. And lastly, Your Excellency, station report. In that report, Your Excellency, there is our findings in the various visits that we have made to the university. The programs that we have accredited are in there, and even our recommendations for improvement are also there, and we are looking forward to that implementation. So this go all the way to the Vice Chancellor, who then will make sure that this is implemented. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. May I ask you to humbly take your seat?
Today is a landmark occasion, not only for Gretsa University, but also for our nation's continuing journey towards excellence in higher education. Education is far more than the transmission of knowledge. It is the engine that shapes thinkers, innovators, leaders, and problem solvers who, in my opinion, will secure Kenya's future. In this mission, private universities occupy a very special and critical space. They widen access, introduce flexible and industry-aligned programs, and enrich the diversity and dynamism of our higher education ecosystem. Since welcoming its first cohort of degree students in 2006, Gretsa University has demonstrated steady and impressive growth in academic stature, the breadth of its programs, and in its contribution to national development. To date, the institution has hosted 13 graduation ceremonies and produced more than 8,500 graduates in degree, diploma, and certificate programs. These men and women are now distinguished contributors to Kenya and to the world, underscoring Gretsa's commitment to quality, relevance, and service. This milestone, as I have said, aligns with the broader transformation of university education in Kenya. As of 2025, our country boasts 82 accredited universities, 45 public and 37 private. With today's ceremony, Gretsa becomes the 31st private university to receive a full charter, further reinforcing the central role private institutions play in expanding access and cultivating work-ready graduates. The word of this charter is above all a celebration of partnership, government and private sector working together to ensure high standards, broaden opportunities, and train graduates who contribute meaningfully to national progress. Gretsa University stands as a compelling evidence that collaboration delivers results. Congratulations to the sponsors of this great institution. I know it's quite a proud moment for you. When I was Minister for Education in 2010, I think, among the issues that were on my table that time was, number one, the fact that many students had to wait for 2 years to be able to join university. And in the process of 2 years, many students compromised their journey in education. Many got married, others went to do other stuff, and it began to be a drain on our education system. And I remember I had to make the difficult decision then to orchestrate a double intake, which put a lot of strain on the resources that we had that time. But it had to be done. And I'm very proud that today, no student in Kenya has to wait for 2 years to join university. Not even those who join Gretsa University. While we supported university education with scholarships and subsidized the university education, technical education was not satisfied, was not subsidized. And therefore, again, I had to make the difficult decision then to align technical education with formal education. And again, there was a very big debate. I remember Professor Ogot, then he was Vice Chancellor of Moi University, writing a very long piece on the newspaper and saying how I was going the wrong direction and that I was trying to elevate plumbing and carpentry and all to the status of a university. But today, again, I'm very proud that we have all realized that STEM is the space where we are going to get the leadership of the future. That's where we're going to generate engineers, that's where we're going to generate the scientists of the future, and that's where we're going to generate all the people who will not only acquire knowledge, but apply that knowledge in a much more practical way. And that now Waziri has the easy task of progressing that. And I'm happy, Waziri, with what you're doing, progressing it now to more industry-based training. And today, I remember then we only had, I think, 13 technical training colleges. When I became Minister for Higher Education, we escalated that. And in the last, I think, 15 years, we have grown technical training colleges to now 254, I think. And we have moved the students. We have moved the students from almost 89,000 in 2013. Now we are at 700,000. We have actually, in the last 3 years, we've moved the number of students from 380,000 to now 700,000. As a country, the biggest asset we have is our human capital. It is bigger than any gold we can find. It is bigger than any minerals we can find. Our human capital. Today, many Kenyans may not know that the resources that we get from Kenyans working outside Kenya is upwards of $5.1 billion every year. That is in the region of almost 700 billion. It is higher than what we get from tea, what we get from coffee, what we get from horticulture, all of it combined. We still make more money from our human capital than from the export of any crop or any commodity. And that is why education becomes significantly important for us as a country. It is also the reason why I have deployed more resources into the education sector. This year, Ogamba, we are at 702 billion shillings. Yes, we have, because it is, many people may not know, but that is the biggest asset that we have as a country. And we are lucky that we have literally the best human capital you can find anywhere in the world. I have been to many countries, and I have spoken to many institutions. And Kenyan human capital is premier human capital. And I'm very proud of it. A week ago, 10 days ago, I was in Qatar, and the government there was saying, you see, we have Kenyans working for us here. They are outstanding, and we are offering another 13,000 positions for Kenyans to work in their country. I know many people look at it as brain drain. And in my very honest opinion, I think it's not brain drain, it is brain gain. Because the more Kenyans work outside, the greater the exposure they have, and the more they bring back to our nation. The experience they get outside there, the knowledge they get outside there, the transfer of skills that comes as a result of Kenyans who work outside, the work ethic that comes with it informs what we do as a country. And much more importantly, it is a resource that we have as a country that we are happy to share with the global community. I urge all universities to integrate artificial intelligence into their teaching, research, and institutional operations. I commend the Ministry of Education for developing a national oral policy that will guide structured, high-quality online learning across all our universities. Research and innovation must remain the foundation of our universities. Institutions must bridge the gap between theory and practice so that their graduates become job creators, innovators, and central actors in Kenya's industrialization and economic growth. Whereas the Cabinet Secretary for Education has submitted the charter to me with recommendations thereon. And whereas I, William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, am satisfied that the granting of the charter to Gretsa University will be of benefit to the advancement of university education in Kenya. Now whereof, by this presence, be it known that in exercise of the powers conferred upon me by Section 19 of the Universities Act, Cap 210 of the laws of Kenya, I, William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defence Forces of the Republic of Kenya, hereby grant the charter annexed hereto to Gretsa University on this 17th day of November in the year of the Lord 2025. Congratulations.